Thank you very much, guys. And Alphari, thank you so much for joining me. Fourth game for Vitality that you smashed, basically. And I want to touch on your form and the upward trajectory for Vitality lately, because it looked like, and everybody said that you were looking at an identity for the team, and it took quite some time to find it. What was the defining moment and the changing moment for Vitality, what you would say?
I think it was just us being more realistic for the champions that we were picking, and also kind of getting used to Haru, incorporating him more into the team and actually helping him with early game, teaching him the basics. I mean, not that he doesn't know the basics, basics in terms of English, League of Legends, I don't know, communication basics, that's what I mean. So just took some getting used to, adjusting to the patch pretty much that, I think.
I want to get more specifics about Haru, especially because the way he plays more around the laners lately is obviously playing for Vitality, but I want to know, as an experienced player, let's say, given the fact that he's also an experienced player, what was difficult about incorporating him in the team? And also, given that you all have strong personalities and style, how did you get this whole mix to work together? More specific on that.
I don't think there was actually much difficulty at all getting used to Haru. I think he's a very easy player to work with compared to a lot of other players I've played with in the past. He's very selfless, he doesn't tilt, he's very friendly. So I think it was just kind of getting on the same page, getting used to each other, which, playing with each other for the first time this split, it took a couple of weeks. And like I said as well, I think we were not playing the best champions or giving them the best information. So it's a bit of a period of growth as well was necessary. But as far as Haru goes, there was no difficulty incorporating him. He was, very easy to work with.
You mentioned champions a lot, but I'm also wondering if there's something else outside of this. Again, you've been playing for so long, so many experienced players within Vitality. What is difficult for you to make all these players aligned and have the same vision of the game? Because that's what it is about in the end, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it is difficult sometimes, even when we talk about League of Legends, 6 days, maybe even 7 days a week, all the time. We all still have different opinions. I don't think there's any fix to this. I think every team is going to have this sometimes. So I don't really know what the solution is all the time. You just kind of try to be on the same page as much as you can. And if there are disagreements, which there always are going to be, you try to sort it out as fast as possible and try to be open and just move on, but it doesn't happen too much on this team, just a couple times, which I'm sure is less than other teams in LEC.
As long as you found it, that's what matters, I guess. Before moving to the next game, I have one last question for you. We played an extract of Euphoria earlier, and you were saying that scrims and on-stage games, when it comes to communication, it's much different and super messy usually when it comes to on-stage games. How do you solve that? And what do you think makes it difficult to have the same level of communication?
I mean, there's always going to be a difference when you play in scrims and on stage because, there's no stakes in scrims or very little compared to on stage where you play against, for example, if I'm Perks playing against G2 last week, then I'm really motivated, I'm really invested. I know players will maybe drink a Red Bull or some other, just get into the zone, right? And of course, there's an audience as well, so... It's a bit different playing on stage. I think there's always going to be a barrier or a difference in communication. As far as fixing it, I think just being aware about it and talking about it is 90% of the solution. And it didn't happen at all this game today. Maybe it was because it was just so underwhelming and there wasn't really anything to talk about. I'm pretty sure we could have not spoken the whole game and nothing would have changed. So, yeah.
I hear confidence for Vitality. That's what matters in the end.
Versus BDS.
Versus BDS, but still you managed to pick up some also cool games last week and looking forward to the next games for Vitality also. Alphari, thank you so much for joining me today. And we're going to take a break now and we'll be back for game 3 of the day, SK Gaming and Fnatic up next.